Attention passionate LAS, Vegas Raiders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Las Vegas Raiders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Las Vegas Raiders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and LAS, Vegas Raiders FANS. Let's get to the news. Now folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL offseason, you know that the Las Vegas Raiders are at a really interesting crossroads. The team has been making some moves, some strategic, some more speculative, but one thing's clear. They're looking to shake things up and really position themselves for a strong push in the upcoming season. And one of the most talked about topics right now is the lack of proven receiving options on the roster. Sure, they have Brock Bowers, a tight end with enormous potential, and Jacoby Meyers, who has proven he's reliable and consistent, but beyond that, the options are pretty thin. Rookie wide receivers, Jack Betch and Daunt Thornton, are being counted on to step up, and while rookies can be exciting, relying heavily on them is a gamble, especially when you're aiming for a deep playoff run or a Super Bowl appearance. That's why many insiders and fans alike are buzzing about the possibility of the Raiders making a bold move in free agency, specifically bringing in a veteran wide receiver who can immediately impact the offense. And no name fits that description better than Amari Cooper. Think about it. Cooper is a 5-time Pro Bowler, a guy who's been a staple in the league for over a decade, and he's someone who has experienced just about everything the NFL can throw at him. He started his career in Oakland back in 2015, and even though he was traded away in 2018, many believe that a reunion makes perfect sense now. It's a full-circle moment that could benefit both sides immensely. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but Cooper had a down year last season, right? Only 547 yards and 4 touchdowns. And yes, that's true, but context is everything. Cooper has had 7 0-yard seasons over the last 9 years, and his recent dip can largely be attributed to some unfortunate circumstances. For starters, he was playing with a Cleveland Browns team that struggled with quarterback stability, and then he was traded midseason to the Buffalo Bills, where he was battling injuries and adjusting to a new system all at once. It's not exactly a recipe for success, and I think it's fair to say that if he's in a healthier environment, with a quarterback like Geno Smith who's been showing flashes of being a solid QB, Cooper could easily bounce back to his previous high level of production. Plus, bringing Cooper back to Las Vegas isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about adding a leader, a veteran presence who can mentor the young receivers, help develop the offense, and bring some much-needed stability. The Raiders are in a crucial phase. They want to establish a potent passing attack that keeps defenses honest and helps take pressure off their young playmakers. And let's not forget, Cooper's familiarity with the AFC West and the Raiders' system could make his integration seamless. He knows the city, the fans, and the culture. That familiarity can often translate into immediate production because he's comfortable and confident. Now, some might argue, well, isn't Cooper getting up there in age? He's 30 now, isn't that past his prime? That's a fair point. But in today's NFL, a 30-year-old wide receiver is often still in his prime, especially if he's been managing injuries and has a strong work ethic. And Cooper's skill set, route running, hands, ability to make contested catches, remains top tier. The NFL has seen receivers age gracefully if they keep themselves in shape and adapt their game. Cooper's experience and football IQ would be invaluable for a quarterback like Geno Smith, who's still relatively young and developing as a consistent passer. Cooper could be the security blanket, the chain mover that keeps drives alive and helps the Raiders turn close games into victories. But beyond just on-field performance, this move could have a psychological impact. Bringing in a player of Cooper's caliber sends a message across the division. The Raiders are serious about winning now. It sends a message to their division rivals in Kansas City, Denver, and Los Angeles that they're not just content with rebuilding. They want to contend, they want to dominate, and they're willing to make bold moves to do so. The AFC West has been a competitive division for years, with the Chiefs setting the pace, but teams like the Raiders can't afford to sit still. They need to make strategic moves, and signing a veteran like Cooper could be just the catalyst they need to turn the tide. Now, let's talk a little about the recent history of the Raiders. Since moving to Las Vegas, the team has been in a bit of a transition. The 2022 season showed flashes of promise, but also exposed some vulnerabilities, especially in the passing game. The Raiders' offensive line has been a work in progress, and their receiving core lacked the consistency needed to challenge the best defenses in the league. Derek Carr's departure last year left a void in leadership and experience, and although Jimmy Garoppolo was brought in to fill that gap, the chemistry with the receivers is still a work in progress. Adding Cooper, with his familiarity of the team and city, could accelerate that process and give the offense a much-needed spark. And speaking of the defense, while the Raiders have been building a solid unit, the true strength of a championship-caliber team is often its offense, its ability to control the clock, sustain drives, and put points on the board. Cooper's presence could elevate the entire offense, making it more unpredictable and dangerous. Plus, his experience in high-pressure situations, playoff games, and big moments is something that can't be taught. That mental toughness is invaluable, especially for a team that's looking to take the next step and challenge the division powerhouses. Looking ahead to the upcoming season, expectations are cautiously optimistic among Raiders fans. The team has made some key acquisitions in the draft and free agency, but the question remains, will those rookies and young players be enough? That's where a veteran like Cooper becomes essential. His leadership and production could be the difference between a playoff appearance and an early exit. The Raiders have the talent, the coaching staff, and the motivation. All they need now is a little more experience and consistency at the receiver position, and Cooper could be the missing piece to unlock their full potential. And let's not forget the impact of the fans. Raider Nation is one of the most passionate fan bases in all of sports, and they're hungry for success. A move like signing Cooper would energize the entire fan base, reinvigorate the stadium atmosphere, and give the team a psychological boost heading into the season. The energy in Las Vegas is palpable, and with a proven veteran on the roster, the team's confidence could soar. Of course, there are always questions and uncertainties with any offseason move. Will Cooper accept a moderate contract? Is he willing to come back to a team that traded him away years ago? And how well will he fit into the new offensive scheme? These are things that will be revealed in the coming weeks, but the potential benefits are too significant to ignore. The Raiders are at a pivotal moment, and making a splash with a veteran receiver like Amari Cooper could be exactly what they need to turn the tide. Now, for all you Raiders fans out there, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe Cooper is the right move? Do you think he can bounce back and become a key piece of this team's offense? Or are you more optimistic about the rookies stepping up and forming a new core? Whatever your opinion, drop it in the comments below. Your voice matters, and it's part of what makes Raider Nation so special. And remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates and insights into the Las Vegas Raiders. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this could be one of the biggest. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep the conversation going. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the rise, and with the right moves, they could be back in the postseason and beyond. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Raiders!